morning. Welcome to another live feed of Shop Introduce Channel. Let's get into it. The 50 most dynamic duos in sports history: basketball, baseball, football, hockey. We'll resume with Chuck 26, Steve Young, and Jerry Rice. This definitely was a great combo. Jerry Rice and Steve Young. It all started in 1991. That's when Steve Young came into his own as a starting quarterback at that time. There was no him and Rice combining with each other and collaborating with each other for the most part. I'm quite sure, yeah, Steve Young started in other games during the 80s, but in the 90s, that's when he came to his own. He was definitely a top-notch quarterback during those years. That's why they're in this chapter. So let's get into it. Prior to the 1991 campaign, Rice made some 250 more pass receptions and accumulated almost 2,000 more reception yards with Young behind, center than with Montana calling signals. San Francisco's offense as a whole continued to function with optimum efficiency with Young at the helm. Enabling the 49ers to advance to 4 NFC title games and 1 Super Bowl. Obviously, Steve Young came out of BYU, Brigham Young in the USFL, and but then things changed around, like I said, 91. Young became starting quarterback in 1991. Obviously, Montana had that injury and that changed the game against the Giants. Young played so well in Montana's absence that it became difficult to remove him from the starting unit, and Montana returns to the team midway through the following campaign. Quarterback controversy soon developed in San Francisco, causing friction between the two men, finally prompting Montana to request a trade to another team. The fact that Young was 5 years younger than Montana certainly made the 49ers decision to part with their disgruntled quarterback made it much easier than it otherwise would have been. Young also possessed a great deal of talent. He had certain physical gifts that the former quarterback lacked. He was 6'2", 215. He was bigger, stronger. Obviously, Montana was slightly built. Again, in his first year as a starter, he threw for 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 64.5% of his passes, rushed 415 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, unfortunately, though, that 91 season, the 49ers missed the playoffs for the first time since 1982, finishing 10-6. In 1992, they came back, had a great season, 14-2. In second year as a starter, 66.7% of his passes was completed. He threw for 3,465 yards, led the league in touchdowns with 25, only threw 7 interceptions. He ran 537 yards. He won the league MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. He had earned his first of 3 consecutive first-team All-Pro nominations. Meanwhile, Jerry Rice, who was named to the team for the 6th time in his first 8 years in the league, Rice failed to make the team the previous year for the first time since his rookie year. Despite making 80 receptions for 1,206 yards and 14 touchdowns in 92, he had 84 receptions for 1,201 yards and 11 touchdowns. But in spite of Young and Rice's outstanding performance, they came up short against the 49ers and Dallas, 30-20. They lost again in 93. Young and Rice were clearly the National Football League's top passing combination. Leading the NFL in 1,503 receiving yards, 1993. 1,503 receiving yards, 1993. Rice led the league with 15 touchdown receptions, earning in the process AP Offensive Player of the Year honors for the 2nd time. So when Rice made his 127th career touchdown reception in the first game of 1994 campaign, moved into first place on the all-time list. That was 1,884 receiving yards in 1995, was an all-time record at the time, single season record. Rice was named first team All-Pro all 4 years, appeared in the Pro Bowl each season. Now, Young joined Rice in the Pro Bowl all 4 years, was named first team All-Pro 1993, 1994. Young's 3,969 passing yards, a league-leading 70.23 completion percentage of 35 touchdowns in 1994, earned him his 2nd NFL MVP. Obviously, Young had some concussion issues the next couple of years. He finally made to pass the Cowboys in '94, won the Super Bowl. They won 38-28 against the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. Then they won the Super Bowl through 6 touchdown passes against the Chargers. Rice caught 10 passes, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns. Young had 6 touchdown passes, 325 yards, 29 yards rushing, stuff like that. Again, these guys were different dynamic duo. It speaks for itself. I have to go into details about everything else, but for 8 seasons, Steve Young and Jerry Rice started in the Francisco offense. They won at least 13 games 3 times. They won the playoffs 7 times. They appeared in 4 NFC Championship games. Won Super Bowl. Led the NFL in passing 6 times. That was Steve Young. He topped the league in touchdown passes on 4 separate occasions. Rice led all NFL receivers in receptions once, receiving yards 3 times, receiving touchdowns twice. The two men experienced their greatest success together from 1992 to 1996. During that 5-year period, Rice caught a total of 524 passes for 7,305 yards and 67 touchdowns, and that averages out up to 105 receptions, 1,461 yards, 13 touchdowns per season. But in the 8 years together, Young and Rice combined for 14 appearances in the Pro Bowl, 8 first-team All-Pro selections, 2 AP Offensive Player of the Year awards, 2 NFL MVP awards, and 1 Super Bowl MVP award. So it includes look at the dynamic duo of Rice and Young, Jerry Rice and Steve Young. Tomorrow will be Chuck 27, Roland Olsen, and Deacon Jones. So that includes look at this book, the top 50, the 50 most dynamic duos in sports history. That'll be it, man. Come back at 1 o'clock, man. I'll be in continuation of the other 50 underrated classic albums we talk about. This will be the volume 2. We talk about the next book, the next album that I had on that list, and keep more. I'll tell you what it is. Just gotta tune in. So I'm seeing on the countdown, always at 100. This is gonna be numbers 51 to 100. I started doing that yesterday, so we're gonna do that most of the day today, and I'll keep moving. So until then, talk to you soon.